Greetings, people. This is Pink Frog Yellow Boots from Behavior, working towards achieving holistic health for everybody. When we speak of pushing people away, we are speaking about a place where we let go of a bond which is healthy because there are internal chaoses that we are facing. Pushing people away may come from a lot of different things. It may come from a feeling of not being heard, not being validated, not being valued in a relationship, to be feeling inferior in the relationship, change in social or personal statuses in different areas of life. One person maturing more or feeling or having a experience that changes a lot in their life, but gradually it is a process where you hold yourself in, don't share enough information, don't try to connect with another person on an emotional, mental, or physical level. It is withholding things and sabotaging the bond that you already have. It is something that happens a lot when you are holding information, when you are trying to deal with everything all by yourself. This could be because you don't want to acknowledge a mistake, you don't want to come out as somebody who is feeling inferior, you don't want to burden the another person, you don't want to create a mess, you start feeling like you don't deserve it or the bond is not strong enough to withhold it. You feel like the first place that there has been a boundary between you and the other person who is involved in this bond. It also means that you are hurting inside, you are suffering inside, there is a lot that is creating a mess in your life. But when you push people away, when you withhold information, it is quite evident. People can feel, we all have felt when a bond is drifting apart. We can all feel that. It is important in that time that you realize there are things that you need to work internally. But it is also important to realize that the bonds you have, the bonds that you have sustained, the bonds that have come too far with you are people who love you, who care for you, who are affectionate towards you. And when you gradually show them that you would be a burden to them, or you are hiding information from them, or confrontations from them, you are simply making them feel that they are not enough. You don't feel the trust between you and that person. It might be for you that you are not saving them for the burden, you are saving them from the mess in your life, thinking that they have their own things to deal with. But as social beings, it is important for us to come together, share the pain, share the suffering, so that it would dilute. It is said that share the pain and it would dissolve, share the happiness and it will flourish. So, when we talk about pushing people away, here are the important things to keep in mind. If you see a bond drifting apart, ask yourself, am I doing something that would sabotage this bond? Am I not revealing information that should be revealed or informed to the other person? Am I feeling not good enough for them? Are there things that I might share with them even if they cannot help me? Listening to each other is a way of connecting with each other. Being there, validating their feelings. Sometimes it is not important that you help them, sometimes it is not important that you can solve the situations for them. Sometimes just letting people know that you are there, you are available, and you will listen to them. Even if not that, just being there for them, standing with them is enough for each other to feel that bond, to feel that connection, and to progress the bond and sustain the bond. As we speak of this, it is also important to realize that making relationships, making friendships, making sibling bonds to flourish, it is important to share what we have in our relationship, what we have internally and externally going on in our life. because that is how we know each other. That is how we know the changes that are happening in our lives. Sharing is how you let somebody in your life and you be in somebody's life. When pushing people away, think of all the present variables that can tell you of what is it that is actually causing the rift and drifting the two of you apart. Also, it is important that you create and maintain a basic trust. It is difficult. It is going to be something that will take your courage, but it will be beneficial in the longer term. There has to be put in a constant effort to maintain a bond, to be honest and open with each other, to make sure that we are sharing information, we are letting them know when we are hurt, when we are suffering, when there are issues that we are having, and making it clear that what you look forward to in it. It is important to tell them that whether you want them to just listen to you, support you, just silently be beside you, or solve it for you. If there are internal issues, it is important to give another person a chance to put their stand on the overall situation. Let's say if you are feeling inferior to that person, you feel like a burden to that person, you feel like you will only create a mess for them, give them a chance to state their point on this situation more than assuming and making scenarios in your own head about how they might be feeling, how they would react to it, what would their action would be. Running away before being left alone is something that we do out of a fear based mentality. We don't want to be left out, we don't want to be left alone, and that is why we cause another person pain while there might not be a slightest of chance of something like that happening. It is important to introspect and have honest communication with each other of where we stand before making presumptive ideas the basis of any decision that is formed. Pushing people is away, causing that harm will in the long term create a rift that might not be filled, and that would be a loss. It is important to realize that we pay enough attention and effort to the relationship that are there, that have been there, that are supporting and healthy. See if there is space where you feel you are undeserving, you are not valuable enough, you will be a burden to somebody else. All these are internal feelings and they might cause hurt, damage to a person who is loving, caring, and affectionate towards you. Pushing people away is easy, forming bond takes effort. Let's work together, let's form better bonds and not push people away who are healthy and bring happiness to our life. Have a safe week ahead. Take care.